So, you've probably seen them many times before. The signature masks and the signature tails of the Therian community. Hi guys, welcome back to my Therian territory. You may call me Thorn, and in today's video I want to do a pretty highly requested video which is about inspiration towards other types of gear other than just the signature tails and the masks that you see all the time in the Therian community. So many people have asked me, Thorn, is there any other way I can express my Therian identity with gear other than making masks and wearing tails, for example? To that I answer, big yes. There is so many different types of gear out there, and I will be listing them all today. For those who are new to the community, they might be wondering, what is gear? Gear is basically any physical item that helps you connect with your Therian or Otherkin identity. To be honest, for any Alterhuman identity, you can call it gear. And then you might be wondering, why do Alterhumans actually wear gear? Well, the main reason why people wear gear is for self-expression. People want to have something physically to represent something that they feel internally. A very direct example of this is if you feel a phantom tail all the time, you might want to wear tails in order to kind of fulfill that phantom tail. It can also be a lot more indirect in any way whatsoever. So in today's video, I want to talk about all of the different kinds of gear out there that I can think of personally in order to express your Alterhuman identity. Now, to start off with the more obvious types of gear, the types of gear that you see a lot more in the community. This is usually gear that you can actually wear on your person. So not just tails and masks, but also ears. Let's put them on for a second. Yeah, very cute. Another example, something to represent paws, such as gloves. I have these babies, which I honestly really love. This is probably my personal favorite gear because it is just so perfect when it comes to color, and it smells really nice. There's like leather on the inside, so makes me so happy. There's also hoodies. This hoodie does not fit with my ears, but doesn't matter, you get the point. There's also fangs, which I don't personally possess, but I wish I did. Also contact lenses to kind of deform the look of your eyes and make it a little more animal-like. And then there is muzzles. Yes, I've actually seen a couple of Alterhumans buying their own muzzles. And you might be thinking, okay, but what if you're not a dog Therian and you still want a muzzle? How does that work? Well, to a lot of people, wearing gear that is supposed to kind of color you, quite literally, such as muzzles, a lot of the time they feel like such muzzles kind of represent how they feel caged within society, for example. I'm a free and wild wolf, yet this color kind of represents the fact that I feel a little trapped within society and I often feel a lot of species dysphoria. But let's not forget, colors are also a really nice type of gear. So these are the more obvious types of gear that can actually make you feel like you actually look like your Theritype or kin type, which can be really nice. Now let's get rid of all this for a second. But you can definitely also get gear that doesn't necessarily make you look like your Theritype. You can simply get stuff that represents who you are as an animal or non-human being. For example, more human-like accessories. For example, bracelets, rings, and necklaces. You don't just have to wear it as an accessory, you can also wear it as, you guessed it, clothes. This shirt right here has a lot of beautiful wolves on it. I have everything wolves because that's just my Theritype. Yo. I totally forgot about something that I really wanted to mention in this video, and that's the fact that there's so many shirts out there that have the text, "This is my human costume, I'm really a blank," and you can fill the blank in with any non-human creature, basically. They're out there, trust me. I actually have a wolf one that my mom has gifted me, but there's also a betafish one that I'm really planning to get someday. But there's so many different types of animals and non-human beings out there. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's really fun and a really nice Alterhuman hint. But not just t-shirts and other types of clothes, I actually also recommend patches. I've sewn this patch on my favorite jacket, as well as my betafish Theritype. There's also, of course, a little more obvious, plushies. Look at this cool fishy. And don't you just love this awesome, cool wolf plushie? The next thing I recommend is actually gear that helps you with activities related to your Theritype. For example, I have this beautiful thing. It is actually a stim toy, which allows you to bite on it. Biting is something that wolves love to do, so I bite on this thing very frequently. Big warning, however, if you are a canine Alterhuman or any type of Alterhuman with a Theritype or kin type that likes to chew on things, don't get actual dog chew toys because those are simply not made for human teeth. They can cause a lot of injuries around the jaws as well as your teeth, so do not buy those for yourself. Simply get some sim toys. Those actually do work. Other types of activities will of course depend on your Therian or kin type, but some I can recommend for Crow Therians, for example, is like collecting shiny things, or for Dragon Otherkin or Therians, I can recommend trying to gather a lot of crystals, for example. Something that also works for my personal experience would be collecting vulture culture and taxidermy. I've actually made a video in the past where I show all of my taxidermy and vulture culture, so I recommend checking that out if you're interested. But the reason why I personally collect it for my personal Therian to be is because it gives me some sort of sense of predatory satisfaction. When I possess a dead animal part, I kind of feel like I've hunted it down and I can kind of keep it as a prize, so to speak. Of course, I would never personally directly harm an animal, but this is a more subtle way of trying to get that predatory satisfaction after all. Now let's dive into a little less obvious type of gear. The first one I actually recommend is faux fur coats. I have another one, but I can't find it unfortunately. But this one really makes me feel like I have my own type of fur. When I wear it like this, it kind of makes it feel like my own fur is peeking out of the body warmer, which I really love. But if you're a little more of a scaly type of Alterhuman, you might want to try to get some coats with a more scaly pattern. Generally, if you're a little more of a scaly type of Alterhuman, you might want to get those scale thingies that a lot of people use for cosplay and stuff, and a lot of people use for LARP. I will share a picture here. I don't actually know what it's called or anything, but I think that would be a really nice base to make gear with. Another one would be bed sheets, blankets, pillows, etc. There's nothing better than actually sleeping inside something that represents yourself. Then there's, for example, wall decorations that you can buy or make. I actually crafted one myself very recently, which I have actually filmed, but it's an exclusive video, so if you want to see it, you should become a member. The next one would be books, for example, with a lot of information about your Therian type or kin type, which is generally very positive. You can also get nature guides. If you're able to find your Therian type or kin type in nature very easily, then this might be for you. And there's also general stuff like notebooks where you can write stuff in yourself. I have this one with a very pretty 3D wolf print. Then there's also smaller things such as buttons or pins or keychains. You can even hang keychains on your collar if you want to. I actually have a couple of them myself. There's all kinds of statues that you can buy, either like cartoonish, but also realistic. You can buy mugs with your Therian type or kin type. You can even buy or make your own phone cases with your Therian type or kin type on it. Generally, you can craft or decorate anything that you want that is related to your Therian type or kin type. I made this one a couple of years ago. This is like a little box with paper sheets in it. However, I painted over it and now it is Therian gear. You can also very simply express your Alterhuman self through art and maybe hang that up or anything alike. That can also still be considered gear. And then there is the more specific Therian type related gear. Say you are a peacock Therian, for example. Get yourself peacock feathers. And the last thing I want to know before I wrap up this video is that pretty much anything, any objective physical thing that you can somehow relate to your Therian type or kin type or to your Therian type or Otherkinity can be considered gear. Personally, I have a very beautiful knife collection that I hold very dear to me because I just love collecting knives. Because when I hold a knife, for example, I kind of feel the same type of power as I would when I would have fangs, for example, or be able to be as powerful as the wolf. Now, I don't recommend for you all to massively start collecting knives like I do. That's kind of a personal thing. Here's another thing I crafted the other day with candle wax markers. It's basically a wolf candle. Anyway, I hope I was able to inspire you guys a little bit. If you have any other ideas or any other type of inspiration, please comment down below. I would love to know what you guys think. I would love to know what you guys can come up with. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like down below or maybe comment down below. Or if you have any critique, you can also comment down below, of course. And if you really like my videos and want to see more in the future, perhaps consider to subscribe. And I'll be seeing you guys in my Therian territory in the next video. Bye. A massive thanks to my Therian territory members Basha Hex, Bloody Toomey, Daphne's Den, Shadow the Wolf, Alkura Wintermist, Arden Zephyr, Jobo Gamer, Thomas, Voilo, Waffle Dog, and Waita. Join the Therian territory membership for early access, extra features and content, and more personal contact with me.